critical about how we live in this society that fosters bullying. And what's really ironic about my brother is that he has 2 boys, and I believe that what he has done with my relationship and, you know, in general, is really the biggest discreditation to him as a father, because I think that he's a good father. But when you look at his decisions, and one of the things that I really disagreed with my brother about is that my brother had these really amazing, brilliant friends, and he had a lot of negative things to say about them behind their backs. And he talks so much shit, and like he was always, it's not just not cool. There's like 2 parts to every human being. I have 2 parts, you have 2 parts. It's a constant battle internally. And when you look at what is the core of the point of humanity, and that's good is supposed to overcome evil, that is external and internal. And with my brother, I just don't think that the real Mark,
you think the evil one out?
I think the evil one took over because of alcohol and because of this type of content that Mark is ghastly afraid of. And like my real brother is somewhere buried deep in there.
Yeah.
And
he also said that also when he got married,
you know what it is? I don't want to have anything negative to say, because yesterday I was watching the Cleveland game in Pittsburgh, and I just like shake my head at the possibility of unifying my family. And I worked so hard. I mean, I swear, I'm here on YouTube talking about it, but I spent like a good decade, maybe like a decade and a half, really let's say a decade, really trying to, please, God, no. Okay.
Really trying to what?
Really trying to accept my brother's wife. And, you know, I told her in the wedding speech, I was like, look, I'm here for life. And that goes right now. Right now. I had the most epic wedding speech, by the way.
I bet.
Yeah. People came up to me afterwards crying. They're like, that was so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I deliver the best speeches. I actually like pride myself in it, because toasts and speeches are really big in the Russian community. They are. It's a very
You have said that. Do you prepare in advance?
I don't. But my stepfather, for like the decade or so, he would like write poems, and he would recite them, and he would like sit on the toilet for like hours at a time writing these poems. But they were just like, I don't want to like give him his thing away, but they were just like the Russian Bruce Springsteen's lyrics reworked. I swear, I love Vysotsky. He was like this crooner. It's like, we found each other in the souls of motherless Russia, like in the Russian form.
Who's he saying this speech to?
He was a singer, and you got to understand that, like, in a pre-digital world, like right now, we have a billion things that we can watch, and there's a million coincidences and all these things, and a lot of that has to do with the amount of content that is out there. So people can cherry pick and choose what it is for them, and believe it or not, they don't actually choose. There's an algorithm that chooses for them. So for example, why I love magic is like a magician will be like, here, choose 10 of these items, and like you choose 1 out of the 10, and you know the guy guesses it. But what you don't really recognize is there's thousands of choices. The 10 are psychologically formed. Here, you have a pen or a paper?
No.
You don't have a pen or a paper? I want to show you
my
something.
work bag.
Okay. Okay, well then fine. I'll write it down right here. All right, watch this. All right, no, it's okay. It's okay. All you have to do is not look at your phone when I text it to you.
Okay.
All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say a bunch of words, and then you're going to answer the question. You ready?
I'm ready.
5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5. Quick, think of a vegetable. Vegetable, quick.
Cucumber.
Think of another vegetable. I mean, you think too much. Dude, that was already post. No. You got the shape, but you're overthinking the process, because I believe that the first vegetable
Carrots.
Well, I mean, you know, you're kind of giving it away, and I didn't do the 5s exactly correctly because you were just anticipating it. But
I
essentially,
didn't think you were gonna ask for a
because cognitive,
vegetable. I thought you were
of
gonna
course
ask
not.
for a burger.
Cognitive psychology works in a form where that trick can be done only in written form. It can only be done in written form. It can't be done in verbal form. I tried to do it in verbal form and I came close, but didn't get it right. But I'll show you this trick and I'll film it for unsuspecting people. For example, Uber. It would be really cool if you were able to get a license to drive Uber and we were able to bring people in to this car and communicate with fresh souls.
Yeah.
Human beings who are not privy to the sentient algorithm that displays my content as negative form, but meet me as nothing more than Dan, the lovable chap steward that helps out mother of 3, Jamie Resnick. I don't know what kind of accent that was, but essentially you would have to drive the Uber and I would be right here and I would be the steward.
You would be a great steward.
Like I would do like beverage service in the middle of the ride, like literally like a tiny little cart. Like I would take out.
Well,
right
I think
here.
it's great. You like pop out, open
No.
the door.
I would have like a cart this big. I would have a cart and I would push it right here. Excuse me, would you like some beverage service? And I'd have one of those tiny apple juice.
I know what you mean.
Like, and I would pour it right here, some peanuts, and tiny little bag of peanuts. I would like real peanuts in there. They're just really small, and that's really one of the things that I love about the dynamic that we were able to create is that we are just regular people. We don't get paid any money for this. As a matter of fact, I have to like sneak out of my house to film this content because I'm ridiculed at the lack of production. Like, why have you not made $1 billion? Why are you? Well, look, first and foremost, I just want my shit back. That's number one. So I just want my shit back.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say this is because we live in a world where if you get a diploma and you're able to have an accredited university tell you that, hey, you're a lawyer, hey, you're a doctor, you pretty much can work and commit crimes up until someone stops you.
It's true.
So like doctors who get caught in malpractice or any form of fraud or overprescribing pills, you got to understand that they don't do this for 6 months and get caught. We're talking about decades upon decades. And lawyers who find themselves in some form of fiduciary fraud, really, it's just a matter of having the client that has the balls to call them out on it, because
well, they pay so much.
remember, the judges in our society are former lawyers and future lawyers, and lawyers are future judges or former judges, and it's the nepotism within the ultra incestuous, politically charged legal climate which professes and talks about the U.S. Constitution. But I swear, I don't know why the toilet paper at the courthouse does not have the U.S. Constitution on it. Because that's really, I've seen the U.S. Constitution in toilet paper form as a gag.
You have not.
If I haven't, then I need to produce it.
You should.
Because
that would be great.
For courtrooms only. It's
totally.
Or for like Richard Trank, or like some lawyers be like, here you go, sir, from my bottom to your bottom. From the bottom of my bottom. And I really don't understand how we as a society, I mean, look, thankfully, my personal opinion regarding Donald Trump is I haven't met him yet. So for anyone who doesn't really understand, well, I mean, it's YouTube, and I own his golf clubs. So the irony behind, thanks, Jamie, and way to be subtle. Very subtle, Jamie.
I'm working on it.
I see that. And the irony of having his irons thick. Where was I? Whatever. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. You haven't met him yet.
You are. I wrote some good stuff over here, though. I wrote some good stuff for the folks at home. First and foremost, I really want to say thank you to everyone who has been supportive in the last.
Whenever you do one of your thank yous, it always makes me laugh. Like, first and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone for
I would like to thank the people that supported me and helped me out. They know who they are, especially the ones that helped me out and back the fuck up. I really appreciate that. Do I want to talk about pieces of shit like Levy? Sure, but eventually I got to grow up. Ugh, I have heartburn.
Well, the minute you said that name, you...
I don't know. I had heartburn when I thought of him. So, interesting stuff. The only Marvel hero that's remotely believable is Captain America, because the shield is not a sword. And when I say that because if anyone who understands...
What is Captain America's power other than using
Captain
a shield?
Captain America, or something Rogers, Steve Rogers, he is a scrawny patriot who loves the United States government, and he signs up for a state-of-the-art experimental treatment where Tony Stark's father, I don't remember his name, but Tony Stark's father, who is working for the Allies to beat the Nazis, who are run by this mystical power called Red Skull, they need a weapon that is a leader, a superhuman being. So they inject him, or they put him through this like thing where he's really scrawny and everything, and then out comes
okay. Does he have powers?
Yeah, he's like super strong, and he like runs really fast, and he like jumps high, I guess, and he could like jump out of a plane. No. Superman is Superman. Superman is like a Superman. Superman is, like, will fuck up Captain America in 2 seconds.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, Superman America will.
I don't know much about.
Do laser eyes
I don't
and
know
slice
anything
through
about
Captain America.
Except
Captain America is a human being.
Okay.
You know, like Hawkeye and that other dude, like that the human hawk or whatever that is.